What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So it is collaboration video time once again, and I can't wait to share this month's topic. So our collaboration videos consist of 6 channels, including us, and we give our 2 cents, our input on different RV topics. And we are all from different wide ranges of full-time to extended vacation, extended stayers, full-time with lizard kids,
yeah.
with pets. And so this video's topic is the 4 things that we look for when buying an RV. And we're going to stick specifically to the outside because we feel that inside you can change any interior to suit your needs. The exterior is kind of one of those that you can't really fudge. So,
Number 1, we're going to talk about slide mechanisms. And there are 3: rack and pinion, Schwintek, and cable slides. You can better explain the differences. I know there's a difference,
right.
But...
So we look for rack and pinion slide outs on big slides, and Schwintek slides, they do have issues, but as long as they're on a smaller slide, you should not have many issues with them. A lot of campers you'll see will have big slides with the Schwinteks, and then you'll go into like the Facebook groups or reviews and stuff, and they'll say, oh, it's terrible, we've had so many problems. So again, we try to stick with the rack and pinion on our larger slide outs. The cable slide outs, we stay away from. Now there's a lot of people that have 0 problems with their cable slide outs ever, but there are so many horror stories and maintenance issues with cable slide outs that that's what we try to stay away from. Okay, so number 2 can kind of be viewed as an interior issue or thing that we look for, but we look at it as an exterior issue that we look at, and that is windows on the camp side.
Yeah, I'd much prefer to have all of my windows on the camp side because, love you fellow campers, but I don't want to stare into your campsite all the time.
So many of the different layouts, they have the kitchen on the campsite and one little bitty window to just kind of peer out over your sink, and then when you go to sit down on the couch with all of the windows on the opposite side on your campers, on your neighbor's side, you're like hanging over their campfire. You're like, you just want to open the window and say, hey, how's it going? So, again, campside windows, as many as we can have. Again, I don't know what to do with my hands. I move a lot. And number 3 is, we always look for an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, it's a very versatile space that you can kind of make your own. You can change it up however you want. So it's not so much that we're looking for certain conveniences that come with kitchens,
right.
More so the size and what we can do with it ourselves.
Yeah, because ours came with a little bitty spot for a TV, a bunch of cabinets. I took all those cabinets out. We've got a larger TV. It's a whole different space. We can go outside. We can play video games on the TV now. We can watch football night. We've got our RC cars stored out there, all for the kids. All for the kids, the RC cars. I mean, it's just such a versatile place. And that's another reason why we always look for an outdoor kitchen. So that brings us to number 4. And that is something that most people don't think about when buying a fifth wheel. So you've got drop frame versus non-drop frame. And we prefer drop frame. So a drop frame, through a camper, your fifth wheel, you have a beam that runs from the back to the front. And a drop frame, they chop off some of that beam in the front and they add another beam to the bottom so that it gives you a bunch of extra storage space and it drops down so you can have extra height in your pass-through. That's great for full timing and, with kids, or if you just want to bring a lot of junk along, that's good. And another benefit of drop frame is that it puts the front closer to the ground so the legs on your landing gear, they don't extend as much, so your RV is more stable. With a non-drop frame, your legs extend a lot more, and it's not as stable. But there are manufacturers such as
JT Strong Arms.
Yeah, JT Strong Arms, and there's a couple of others that connect to the beams down to your front landing gear, and you just kind of lock those in place, and it keeps it sturdier. And it almost is as effective as a drop frame in the sturdiness side. One bad thing about a drop frame, what we have run into.
Oh yeah, especially boondocking.
Yeah, is if your site is a little off level front to back, and sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to park in the exact spot that they want you to park in, and that's fine. But with a drop frame, with your legs being so close to the ground and not extending as much, you can't level. We've run into that twice so far, and that is a very big pain in the rumpus.
Yeah.
as far as that. Now, you won't necessarily run into that with a non-drop frame because your legs are extended so long that you have the option to nose down quite a bit to get level on an uneven site. So those are kind of two differences when you're looking at fifth wheels versus drop frame versus non-drop frame. So again, we prefer drop frame.
We need the space.
Yeah.
All the space we can get.
Got a lot of baggage, man.
So those are the top 4 things that we look for when shopping for new RV. Below, we provided links to our friends and fellow collaborators. We all camp differently. So go take a look and see if they have something that may be more suited to your camping needs.
Yeah, that's kind of the most fun part for us too, because we don't talk about what we're going to talk about in these collaboration videos. And so it's fun for us too to click on their links and to see what they think and what their thoughts are on different topics. And a lot of times we're like, oh yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't think about that. So anyways, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And until next time, safe travels, everyone.